You're listening to a Monster Kid podcast.
Smoke.
Yeah, definite smoke.
Part of you, or did you have to unmute?
Look, it's a fire!
Oh.
Holy cow! Look at that.
It's my father's cabin! The cabin is on fire!
I just realized you never gave me back the change from the tolls.
Guys, it is.
That was an exclusive clip from the 1981 film
The Burning.
starring Jason
Yes.
Alexander.
This, of course, was the Larry David cut of The Burning, and not the classic Harvey Weinstein's The Burning.
He really
as we know it
did
today.
always look like that. Guys, welcome back to Random Movie Roulette. We are on episode
For our-
98 right now.
Our last Halloween episode.
Yes.
And our last episode of Lewis's Freedom.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll not address that live on air right now.
Oh,
We'll keep trucking along.
Oh.
Guys, I kind of dig this movie. I kind of pushed for it to be in a potential Halloween episode. Luckily, it did come up. How did you feel about this going in, at least?
You'd seen this before,
I
right?
had seen this once before because you
Oh,
had
yeah, we
shown
watched
me.
it, yeah.
I'm a big slasher person. I love Friday the 13th, not because I think they're good movies by any extent, but, like, I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're easy
Yeah.
to just, like, put on and just, like, they're almost like the Everybody Loves Raymond or Family Guy, like, of horror movies. It's just, like, you could put it on and go to sleep with it. It's like
Yeah,
a
you don't need to worry about a
familiar,
plot or fucking...
calm, kind of nice G-rated thing.
Fun for the whole family
yeah,
of, like, you know,
exactly.
women getting their tits stabbed and...
Sometimes you get your tits stabbed. That
The
happens.
Burning is, of course, the big proto... Not really proto. I think the first Friday the 13th came out a year before.
Yeah, I think this is more of like a
100%.
direct rip-off of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and Sleepaway Camp had certainly come out before this, so...
Which was also a rip-off of Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Which are all a
as you
rip-off of
pointed out,
Halloween.
Jordan.
Yes, exactly. But, I
Which
liked
was
The
like a
Burning,
rip-off of Black Christmas.
Which was all a rip-off of Psycho. But-
Psycho was a rip-off of the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Cabinet of
This
Dr.
just keeps
Caligari
going back,
was
which is
a-
a rip-off of
Everything
Frankenstein.
comes to the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
That was
It's
the
the
first and
curse
last
of-
movie
Which was a
ever made.
rip-off of the cave paintings of...
Yeah. Everyone's worried that there are no more original thoughts left. There hasn't been since the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. That was the last original concept ever made. And it's beautiful, and don't watch it.
But
It's not fun.
no, I mean The Burning. You know, if you're a slasher fan, it's one of those ones that's gonna come to you eventually.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. This
yeah.
is kind of beloved, or at least respected in the horror
Yeah.
community. And, you know, it's Savini worked on it.
Right.
And it's fun camp stuff. Jason Alexander. We'll get all,
There's
into
quite a
it.
number of famous people in it, or people who would go on to become famous.
Yes, yeah. And you guys can check some of these famous people out as we play the trailer.
This summer, if you're planning to go camping, don't. If you're looking forward to midnight swims, don't.
Sneak on back to the campsite. Get some matches. Build us a hot fire. Don't be long.
And if you're thinking about being with someone where no one can see you, don't. Because this summer, a legend of terror isn't just a campfire story anymore.
They say he smashed his way through the bunk room door, just a mass of flames. Burned alive, cried out, "I will return! I will have my revenge!" He lives on whatever he can catch. Right now, he's out there, watching, waiting. Who's there?
What happened one summer 5 years ago is about to happen again, and again, and again. The Burning.
Which isn't but a stupid name for this movie.
We have a bad trailer for this movie. Yeah, so that's about what The Burning is. I do like this movie quite a bit. Even on this rewatch, I liked it. It is not, however, like an ultra memorable movie. I wouldn't say.
This to me,
Mike, you said you were like already.
No,
not...
yeah, this to me it was like, look, I know that I'm always the person here who doesn't like slasher movies. I didn't dislike this movie as much as someone might expect me to. I didn't even really hate it or dislike it or anything. I just thought I was like, well, this is just the most standard, generic slasher teens in a camp movie.
Definitely.
And it was like fine. Yeah, like I said, I was able to like get through it. It was watchable. It was fine. And even while I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, this is all right. But like coming to it now, I was like, I almost forgot everything that happened in this movie.
I think the big thing that I kind of realized watching this trailer, and I think I was realizing as I watched it this time around, was that the cast, despite being filled with X many famous faces, is not that memorable.
No,
there's not
they're
like
not
a
very
cast of memorable characters.
Good. Except for Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi was amazing in his
John
role.
Bon Jovi, who was actually not in this despite all the names. When we say Harvey Weinstein's The Burning, we do mean Harvey Weinstein wrote and created this movie. This was Miramax's first movie.
Jordan seems confused. Not actually Bon Jovi. It's a man, a really dumb 40-year-old man playing a really dumb 17-year-old man who looks and acts like Bon Jovi.
But, I mean, that's one of the things is that the ages of camp counselors, not even counselors, the age of, like, campers, I guess, there's such a range.
I mean, everyone's at least 27. Yeah. there's no one under the age of 27 on that set.
You can't tell who's supposed to be a counselor and who's supposed to be a camper. And they just also...
Jason Alexander looks like he did in Seinfeld.
Right. Except with hair. He looks like in that episode of Seinfeld where he gets hair.
Thinner and younger, but like...
Yeah, it's...
even watching it, despite the fact that they're like in a camp with like all these other little kids who don't matter, they still feel like lost in this sea of faces. Like, I can't pick out and name a specific character from this movie.
Well, there's
unless
a
they
lot
went
of
on
them.
to become.
Yeah, that's the only reason I was able to like
overstuffed with people.
Yeah. It's the only reason I was able to like keep focus with like Jason Alexander, because it's like, oh, I know what he sounds like and looks like, and I was like, whenever he would say something, I'm like, oh, what's he gonna say this time? And he never says anything like funny or anything like that.
No.
Which even though they try to like make them all like kind of funny and quirky in their own,
he
like,
is like the clown, but it's not. He never does anything like particularly funny or memorable. I think the cast of characters like can be endearing at times, but like we often like we start seeing like the same story repeat itself like pretty quickly. Like every girl has like a scumbag boyfriend that's trying to like borderline sexually assault them in the woods.
Another reason why they are not likable, and also another reason why when you watch this and you're like, oh yeah, I can see the Harvey Weinstein prints on this.
So this is a Harvey Weinstein movie, man. He's got like a story by and a created by credit on it.
I think he got a screenplay credit.
It is the first.
It kind of shows it's a pretty rapey movie.
Yeah, it's the first
not gonna lie.
movie
pretty
that
gross.
he has as a producer credit on it. This is where it all began, and we could have stopped it, but
we could have stopped.
Cropsy could have stopped him, but
Cropsy. I mean, what do you think is the reason that, like, you know, other than the fact that Jason came first, but what do you think is the reason that like Jason catches on and Cropsy doesn't?
I think
they kept making sequels to Freddy.
Well, no shit, yeah.
Well, I think
one made money and the other didn't.
There's Jason. One looks more memorable.
The hockey mask thing is striking.
Mask, or even the bag, or the fact that whenever he takes it off, he is kind of deformed. Cropsy, they never really show you too much of him. He is kind of like Mrs. Voorhees in that first movie where you don't really see him that much.
Yeah, his face is used for like a big shock, a big reveal at the end. And it's a gross face, and I think Savini did a lot of great makeup on this movie.
His story's also, I think, just not as fleshed out and sad. It's like, oh, this camp groundskeeper got lit on fire.
I mean, that's,
so let's
potential
talk about
to be like a tragic, sad character
backstory. I don't hate it. It's more than like
lot.
you get for Freddy Krueger, who is like his whole backstory is like he fucking killed kids and like that's it.
But I mean, that's also like the most horrifying backstory.
I guess so.
I don't know.
I think we're too precious about child murder. No, I'm kidding.
But I think the whole thing with Jason is like you have this mother who cared so much that she killed these people because of it, and he was this kid who got bullied, and
and I guess I mean having the backbone of the first Friday the 13th with Mrs. Voorhees as as the
As the
villain.
first
Yeah,
villain, yeah.
I guess that's a great introduction to Jason. It kind of makes sense from that perspective. I like the concept of Cropsy. Something about it I dig. I like the hedge clippers as a weapon. I don't know why.
I mean,
but I
it
think
looks
that's a
like
cool...
I mean, they use that shot over and over again in the trailer, but it is
Yeah.
like kind of
Yeah.
like an iconic look of holding the hedge clippers upside down like that.
Yeah, it's very menacing, and he seems very powerful, but he is definitely like a Jason clone.
But
Like,
again,
there's
the
no
thing I would
getting
say
around
about
that.
Friday the 13th is, even if not as many of those actors went on to memorable things, you do remember them in each of these roles, which are quote unquote fleshed out, even if they're as stereotypes, but they're still kind of memorable cartoons of fodder.
Yeah, also in the Friday the 13th movies, and I haven't seen a lot of them, but like, are they ever shown at Camp Crystal Lake when it's like, you know, like during in season, like when there's like kids at camp?
Once in part 6.
Yeah, so a lot of the time, like, you get to know the cast because
Because
it's
the
like
kids
a
aren't there,
confined group
they're
of them
training
hanging out
to
in
get ready.
Yeah,
for kids
and this
to
one, it's
come.
like, yeah, you got like 50 kids running around like while like the camp is in operation, and like, yeah, we have like the main characters, we guess, but like we don't know if are they campers, are they counselors,
Right.
And Sleepaway Camp has the benefit where even though it's in season, everyone is just kind of so ridiculous and out there and an extreme character that therefore they are memorable.
Like, I remember Jason Alexander. I remember the Bon Jovi guy. I remember was he the same guy who was like always like, you know, hitting on that girl or something?
Yeah, like the
yeah.
really like doofy
Every guy is always hitting on a girl in this movie.
There's one that is like
on them and...
almost brain dead. Like shows no signs of like any actual intelligence or like at all. Like just doesn't seem to get it. And like I worry about the relationship between him and that woman because he doesn't seem like he is all there mentally. Like I feel like he's being taken advantage of ultimately by a mentally well woman because he is just like not intelligent enough to make these kinds of decisions.
What I like about this is, who are you talking about?
Or Bon Jovi.
But he doesn't seem like mentally.
He
not
seems
well.
so fucking stupid. It's insane. I disagree. He barely is stringing together sentences.
I think he's just supposed to be a dumb New Jersey jock.
It's too far. They take it too far. He seems like they're
so you made it sound like
trouble.
serious. Like you made it sound
I think
like
it is serious.
I'm like, wait, is there like an actual mentally handicapped person that's supposed to be?
I don't
in this
know
movie?
that this man is not mentally handicapped.
I feel like all these men are just mentally handicapped. They all just don't seem to get things that are okay.
Men are
and things
portrayed
that are not
like
okay.
cavemen, and I'm guessing that's where Harvey Weinstein
because
came
a
in.
caveman wrote them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. When we make jokes like Harvey Weinstein's a bird, we're not like trying to make light of his actions or anything like that. It's kind of almost like in a way of like sticking to it. Like he put his name on this, like these movies where like these characters act in very rapey, borderline, like, you know,
and like
predatory ways.
Like if you'd cast O.J. Simpson as a murderer,
if O.J. Simpson was Cropsy,
it's just like, how did we not see these things come? Like, you know something horrible about this person, then you look at all these things, and it's just like,
but it's also
dear God, the signs.
But also the other thing about this is that like every slasher in the 80s was like this, so I'm not ready to like label every creator of a slasher movie as a predator. But
this one goes a little above and beyond in its terms.
And also, it seems to
justifying
punish
showing,
the women for being like in these situations. It's pretty gross.
So does Jason. Does
but
the same
the
exact
what
thing.
I would say is that
correct.
Friday the 13th has final girls, and it does have capable women who are not always virgins. I think that's
we're stuck
something
with two
Halloween
boring
came up with.
dudes at the end.
The
this
one capable, smart person who was a woman in this movie does absolutely nothing, and it's just these dumb guys. Our protagonists are a guy who peeps on girls in the shower and keeps being told not to and keeps doing it. And the asshole counselor who defends him and also lit
that was a real
Cropsy
scene.
on fire.
I forgot
like
that
the
was
fucking hero of this movie. Like the guy we're following is this kid who the first time we meet him is caught spying on a girl in the shower, and then when they confront him about it, he's just like, I was trying to scare her.
Like, oh, we're
Fuck
supposed
you.
to feel bad for him because he's dorky. It's like, dorky kids don't spot like go
not an okay
predator.
like it was pretty gross.
I forgot that whole scene. That's one of the other things because I was remembering the scene when they're swimming naked in the lake and then like the guy like approaches her and she's like, no, get away from me. And then
and he's
Yeah.
like, you fucking tease, and then he like splashes
It
her
gets
and forces her to get out of the
so
water.
aggressive, and
Yeah.
it feels not good.
And then
a
when she
lot
gets
of the
back
time.
onto land and she's like looking for her clothes and she's like naked
Yeah.
walking through the
Yeah.
woods looking for her
And
clothes.
then, of course,
it all just feels
Cropsy-
it all just feels like way too like drawing out like the exploitation
Yeah.
of like this woman's body.
I mean, there are some good kills in this movie, though, I gotta say. I really like the scene on the raft. So, right away, they notice that once they go on this overnight camping trip, they canoe down the river to a campground, I guess. And while they're over there, Cropsy lets their boats go. So that when they realize that, they fashion a raft and send a group down the river back to camp to go get help, because they realize like something is happening. And as these kids are traveling down the river on the raft, they come across one of their boats. They approach it. It's a kayak, and out pops Cropsy, and he's got his fucking things, and he's just fucking stabbing the shit out of them, which is like pretty
It's
scary
a good
in that
surprise.
scenario
Yeah,
for some
it's-
reason.
It's like the Jason Voorhees popping out of the water thing, but obviously gorier, and Savini really gets to show off his stuff. I did also just remember, though, if there's one scene I could cut from this movie, it, again, is this whole punishing women thing where it's this stupid scene where Cropsy goes home with a prostitute, like, just to kill her.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
that was
that's
also-
your intro to
which-
Cropsy, which like doesn't seem to be relevant to his character,
No.
or like relevant to what he does in the rest of the movie at
Yes.
least.
He leaves the hospital 5 years later. They can't cure his burns, so he goes and kills a prostitute, and then
Yeah,
plans to go to this camp. And
it's definitely a misogynistic movie. There's
Yeah.
no really getting around it.
But I mean, like you said, that life raft scene is really great.
No, yeah, that's the only one scene where it's like, yeah, they build up tension because you don't like if the people on the raft are still alive even, and that's what they're going
Yeah.
out to check.
Like later, it's a
And
cool
you
device
see-
to have that like pop up later. Like it's
Yeah.
like this time bomb waiting to hit the group that, you know, eventually this thing's
When
gonna
the
float
raft
back
floats
over
back.
to them,
No, yeah,
and they
and-
find the body.
And they shoot a lot of it from the perspective of like on the shore, looking out at the
Yes.
raft.
Well,
like,
they do also a lot of like first person of Cropsy stuff
Yeah.
as well.
I will also at least give a minor shout out to the fact that Cropsy uses a flamethrower in the third act, so therefore the burning is not only a reference to
the origin to
how
the
he became Cropsy.
Yes, which was he was set on fire by a bunch of kids just because like they
While
were like,
he was in his
"You're-"
motorcycle suit sleeping.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I think we
Cropsy,
forgot
I don't
to
know if
mention
we
that was his origin.
ever got there. Yeah. So Cropsy was the name of the maintenance person at the camp, and you know he's poor and he's old, and so you know naturally kids will do horrible things to him because it's the 80s and this is
Like,
a horror movie.
Somehow finding a human skull and putting
Yeah.
candles in it.
Lighting it up like a
next to his
jack-o'-lantern,
bed.
which he then swats, and he catches fire. His whole shack catches fire, and he burns up and he dies. Except
And
he
you know what's
doesn't.
in
He
a
comes back.
scene
He's the
where-
burning Cropsy.
He is a very visible
Yo, that
stuntman
was the-
in a burn suit.
That was a funny when we pointed out. You're like, he is the safest man on fire.
Yeah, when that fucking you. I have the arrow. I'm like talking about like this fucking misogynistic bullshit movie. So I have the limited edition arrow.
It's right here,
Blu-ray.
actually. I got,
Yeah.
if you want to take a look at it, and it actually has a nice cover. I like.
And it's a great restoration. It's pretty gorgeous. The movie looks.
It's got a whole Criterion essay in it, which I tried reading through this to see if I could get like get any more
just jog your
information
memory
or
even, yeah.
nah, not even just that, but like any like fun behind the scenes stuff or something. All of it is just like exactly what you expect. Where they're like, they wanted to capitalize and make a horror movie off
Yeah.
of Friday the 13th and Halloween, and then Harvey Weinstein did it. And it's like I'm looking through like, how'd you write like 3 pages where I learned nothing about this movie?
It's pretty
Like-
amazing. I appreciate it just for like the premium feel of the,
No, like,
the
yeah.
acting
Yeah,
and everything. Like
and
I just love that stuff. But
The poster is
Right.
the poster, the cover art on it is beautiful.
But
I
the
think.
reason I call attention to it is because something you probably don't originally see when you're watching it in the theater is that on this high def version, when Cropsy catches fire and like bursts out of the cabin on fire, you just see the full burn suit on him. He looks like a spaceman.
The helmet
like,
and
yeah.
everything.
he looks. He is 3 times. He's like the Michelin Man that they lit on fire, and it's so noticeable and so weird. And it pops up again at the end when there's another fire. Unsurprisingly, another fire brought him in, and fire kind of takes him out in a way. Okay, so Cropsy also, there is a documentary called Cropsy on, I think, Hulu? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Hulu. And it's about the urban legend of Cropsy, which I think is either in Staten Island or New Jersey. Those two places are the same to me. Sorry, Jordan, no offense, but I just lump them in as bad places I don't want to go. Again, Jordan, no offense.
I feel like
same
Long
with Mark
Island
if you're
and
also
New
in New
Jersey
Jersey.
are more like...
Staten Island is pretty trash also, but like...
I feel like Staten Island's its own country that we like could shift off to see at some point.
Yeah, I don't associate with it. Like when people bring it up, like I try to like
I work with people from Staten Island, and I'm just like,
how do you get
why?
here? Yeah,
I know it's like,
how do you
the
get
ferry?
You take the boat every day.
Oh my god, yeah. Like
Fine, I take
imagine you're talking to someone and all of a sudden you find out they were just on a boat.
And it's like,
Ugh.
it's like,
Gross.
But you make more money than me. Why would you do this?
That's why they make more money. They go to the cheap housing
Yeah,
in
really.
Staten
Yeah,
Island.
sure.
Fucking
What about City Island? You ever...
City Island? City Island I've heard like legend of. I've never been there.
Jason and I went to City Island.
It's literally one street where they
But
have
it's-
sushi restaurants.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like Nantucket but for poor Bronx people.
Welcome to a
Exactly.
super fun inside New York.
City Island is actually cool. Check out City Island. It's kind of like a weird lost world.
Yeah, all none of our
There's a movie about it
listeners
from
that are in New
there's an
York.
indie movie from 2010 called City Island, and it's just about a
Oh.
family who lives on City Island. And Andy Garcia is the dad, and he plays an extra in like a Godfather movie or something like that. And it's just like a nice family indie movie, and I don't know.
And then it was remade as Manchester by the Sea a few years later.
Oh god, don't even bring it up.
It was remade as The King of Staten Island.
The King
I
of
still
City
don't know
Island.
anything about that movie other than Pete Davidson stands on a car.
I think
What's
Pete
the one
Davidson
that
is in
had-
it
what's-
as Pete Davidson, and Bill Burr is in it as Bill Burr with a mustache.
What's the one that Andy Samberg did where it's Groundhog Day?
Palm Springs.
So I
Yeah.
get that and King of Staten Island mixed up.
Palm Springs was good. I liked Palm Springs.
Palm Springs was really solid. I think that's all my top 10 so far of the year.
Yeah.
My top 10 is bleak.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
there's
none of
not
us have
good options.
good
Yeah,
selections.
I'm adding festival shit in. Like I don't even give a shit. I'm not. I mean, I never really do, but whatever.
I've almost just given up on reviewing movies on Letterboxd. It's anyways.
Yes.
Mank
So,
is
anyway-
Mank is gonna mank me come.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
gonna win
God.
Best Picture.
I do not care at all. I'm getting so jaded. It's really gross, guys.
Guys, does Mank mean we get to finally do our Citizen Kane episode?
I
think
think
if
there
there's
can't be
real
any
horror.
interest in having us cover Citizen Kane. Like there.
I feel like there could be every interest.
No, I
in
don't think
having us
anyone
cover
wants to hear
Citizen
us talk.
Kane.
Guys, let us know in the chat.
chat.
Yeah. If you want us to. Wow, we got
Citizen
really
Kane,
Twitch streamer for a
guys.
second.
Maybe we'll throw in Touch of Evil.
I just like something. I can't picture us just sitting around like talking about like, well, Rosebud was a really important.
Yeah, I feel like we can't like again. I think that we can't like be real. Like we
No,
can't have
yeah,
be a
we-
real show.
the moment we take ourselves seriously, like even a little.
Yeah,
bit, we
even
ruin
us,
it,
we're
yeah.
like, remember that episode when we tried to talk about a movie and then we like halfway through we like got an existential
Or
Oh
conscious
yeah,
of
we're like
crisis?
we can't do this
We
episode
could try
anymore.
to be as unserious about it as possible. I've been made to watch this movie so many fucking times, and now we did it for the podcast.
Yes, I mean, oh god, so many movies would fall under that category. All right, guys, The Burning. So one other thing I liked about this is that all the kills kind of took place during
I
the
should
day.
also say, since we talked about The Burning, maybe we should also watch Aguirre, Wrath of God.
No,
As they are
Jesus
entirely
Christ.
similar.
no. That would actually, those would be the movies that get me to quit the podcast. You have no idea how many times in one night I had to watch Aguirre, the Wrath of God. I could fucking recite the movie in the original German, like right now. It was in like I had an assignment where I had to break down every single shot of the movie.
Dear God.
I couldn't do
and
that for any
classify
movie.
it. I wanted to die and change my major, or at least drop out of college. It was
To
the
be
worst
fair,
thing I ever did.
We could probably get Werner Herzog on as a guest star.
Cody says, I remember when Lewis had to watch that. I'm in Burlington. Yeah, it was a fucking nightmare.
If Werner Herzog will do Star Wars, now Werner Herzog will do Random Movie Roulette.
God, I fucking love her.
I love hearing the story of when Werner Herzog saw Baby Yoda and he cried.
He cried.
He's such a
Werner Herzog cried at Baby Yoda.
Why didn't they cast Werner Herzog as the Emperor? Why?
What didn't that happen with like Ian McKellen on Lord of the Rings? That like he sat down when he was shooting one of the scenes and there was no actors on set and he was just in a green box and he just started crying. He's like, "This isn't what acting's about. There's no people here. This is just green."
That had to have
squares.
Oh, that had to have definitely been on one of the Hobbit movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. At that point, they were not even pretending that this is going to be good.
Ian McKellen's adorable. Werner Herzog is both adorable and terrifying.
You ever hear that video of Werner Herzog talking about like the stupidity of the duck or something like that, or the chicken, or he's like,
should we have pulled that clip for the episode?
God
damn it!
Oh, I couldn't have predicted we would talk about Werner Herzog on this episode.
When it comes to The Burning,
there's like a
Harvey
good chance on the show that
Weinstein's The Burning.
Werner Herzog's The Burning would have been a Klaus Kinski as Cropsy. I'm all about it.
But that's just a Aguirre Wrath of God.
That is not what that movie is about. But do you remember the sloth meme? There was a meme. Aguirre the Wrath of God was a meme for a while. That was pretty nuts. The sloth.
Sloth.
Yeah, the little baby sloth, and it's like, this creature sleeps its whole life away. And then people like post like, "It me," like, LOL.
Now I'm just thinking of like
Boy.
Sloth from Seven. You remember that scene?
What?
You ever seen David Fincher's Seven?
I actually have never seen Seven.
You don't need to see Seven.
I think that's a fantastic
Really?
movie. It's great. Yeah,
It's not my favorite Fincher movie, but also it does connect to The Burning because Kevin Spacey, hashtag
Guys, I feel like this conversation is fine. But
Yeah,
this is a shitty episode on The Burning.
Can we stop playing 6 Degrees of Separation with Predators?
With The Burning.
I don't know how we don't talk about it when the first thing we're confronted with the movie is.
I mean, we already talked
His
about it. There's no
fucking
reason to
name.
keep
Yes.
going on about it.
I guess you're
But
correct.
can you remember anything else about this?
Well, I mean, we
nondescript
basically kind of gotten through all the rest.
Why
of the
do I
Holly
own
Hunter's
this?
somewhere in
I
this
just-
movie.
Holly Hunter has like 5 seconds in this movie. Fisher Stevens is in it. Those are the only 3 people I remember seeing it that I was like, oh, these people are in this movie.
If you ever wanted to see George from Seinfeld get murdered, he does get murdered,
No,
right?
I don't think he does.
I thought he did.
No, I think he's one of the group that survives because the raft
Weird.
floats back to them.
Do you think they were going to bring him
And-
back for the sequel? What do you think a Burning sequel would be?
I don't know. I feel like they were pretty definite on we've killed Cropsy at the
Yeah,
end of
I
this
mean,
movie.
they were pretty definite on a lot of things.
on killing Michael Myers and
Yeah.
Jason and all that. Yeah,
Maybe he'll be a
But
robot or
Michael
you know what's
controlled by a
Myers
cult.
was, I mean, the whole Friday the 13th one and Halloween one both end with, oh, wait, Jason or Michael is still alive. This one, I remember, like, distinctly ending with, like, Cropsy is dead. There's no eye open.
No,
there's
yeah.
it was an 80s slasher. They would have just done it anyway.
Yeah.
But you know what's
right.
right? It would be like the sequel is like you ever see like someone made like a parody trailer of the Joker trailer, but with George Costanza. And it's like
yeah.
all the scenes of like George like doing deranged stuff, and you just hear his voiceover. He's like, and it was supposed to be the summer of George.
Oh God, I have like sitcoms on the brain now.
Refrigerator again.
Oh, George! I'm surprised there was never a scene in Seinfeld where like George pulled like a like what Joker does to his mother. In
Poor Estelle Harris just gets it with a pillow.
I guess that's bound to happen eventually.
my mother always told me that she saw me treating my body like it was an amusement park.
Would Jerry Stiller then be the Robert De Niro character?
Is Jerry Stiller still alive?
No, he died.
No, he died like last year or
Oh,
something.
sad. Fucking sad.
See, now all the old people from the King of Queens Raymond shared universe are
Seinfeld.
Yep.
passed away. Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's going to wrap us up on The Burning. We are going to move on because we've clearly hit a dead end with this one. We're keeping it 100 over here.
Isn't that like the best kind of episode?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
No,
I'm
this
sure
will be the
everyone's
one like
eating this up.
This will be the one when like someone. There's people ask me. I think
Yes.
Cody's asked me in the chat before. Like, do you ever go back and like listen to some episodes and you're like, oh, I hate the sound of it. I can't go back to listen to episodes after. There's
I
some
hate
times
it.
where like I'll go back and listen to old episodes and I'll forget that like the stupid shit that we said.
Yeah.
And then like I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh, we said that. That's actually like I'm watching it as like a first-time viewer and I'm finding it funny. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that there's other people out there who
Sometimes
does.
I forget I find myself
My
quite
fucking
funny.
my fiance's dad found this.
Oh yeah,
podcast.
you gotta tell.
I don't know if I can go like super far in detail, but like he
Because he
found
might
this
be listening
podcast. He's
again.
probably listening to this, right? Like, hey man, what's up? He's probably listening to this right now, and he's not fucking happy. Because I'm marrying his daughter. Like, oops. I mean, that's got to be hard news for, like, initially, right? Like,
Wait
it's
till
bound
he
to
finds
be.
out you're fathering his grandchildren.
Oh my god, I know. Yeah. Oof. I wouldn't want to, like, come down and meet me. It would take. You'd have to get to know me. You'd have to get to know me. And Dr. Goldstein, if you're listening, I hope we get to know each other. I think we're gonna be friends, and I think it's gonna be
to know
beautiful.
All about we can quote musicals too.
Yeah, there's gotta be a musical that we could talk about. All right.
Evil Dead the musical.
Yeah.
Nope, don't think that's going to go over very well. Guys, we're going to take a brief break, and we will be right back. Wow. Sorry about that, guys. We're back for real this time. What I was saying before was...
But showing, that's the importance of visual.
Yes. So the reason I'm shoving this in your fucking faces is because... because a really good friend of mine has a sticker company called the Really Good Sticker Company, which I fucking love that name. And we are so pleased to have received these awesome Random Movie Roulette stickers, which maybe you can earn one on the 100th episode of Random Movie Roulette, but we'll talk about that later. But we also picked up something that I think you monster kids would be kind of into, a horror sticker pack that they made. These are some of the designs that they have here. I love this Beetlejuice one. Here, you guys can check them out over there.
Yeah, it's the face pull.
Okay, we got the horror movie fucking street sign thing. Friends, but it's all the little guys. This one is my personal favorite. It's Ghostface on the phone with the little 90s things.
I would have liked one of Ghostface on the phone with, like, on his stomach, like, kicking his feet in the air.
Yeah. And then also, I like to buy... Guys, Really Good Sticker Companies actually has really good quality stickers. You should really check them out. Help out a small business. Go to etsy.com/shop/reallygoodstickers. You can probably just look up Really Good Stickers on Etsy itself. Check out their shop. It's really great. Guys, anything else we want to mention in our break segment? Anything before we move into our second half fun? Anything we got to plug? Anything? Oh, you just did a thing on the blog. Let's talk about that.
If we're going to do all the plugs now instead of at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So on the randommovieroulette.com or rmr.com, what's it called? Is it
oh my god, Jesus
it's just rmr.com.
What's our own website?
What's the name of my website?
Oh my god. Sometimes I'm like, hey, like we're like kind of like a real podcast, and I'm like, you don't know the name of our website? rmroulette.com. Jesus.
Hey, listen,
Christ.
Amy Coney Barrett doesn't know what the First Amendment is, and yet she's on the Supreme Court.
Good thing. Thank you, Cody, for posting it in the chat. It is rmroulette.com. Jesus.
Anyway,
wow.
On rmroulette.com, I wrote a recap of Nightstream, the fest that we did a few weeks ago, and I put them in my own personal ranking of like how I asked you guys if you wanted to, like, you know, have a say in the ranking, but like
we were both like we both bowed out. Yeah,
you're just like, you just do whatever you want. So I'm sorry, but anything for Jackson's a little low on that list.
Yeah, well,
and the fucking puppet movie is very high, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so go take a look at that if you want to read more information about the movies, and then I mean, if you haven't seen the episode that we did about it a few weeks ago. We do a good fun recap of a lot of those movies.
We all did give our rankings on that episode.
Yeah, there is a bonus Nightstream episode you can check out right now on youtube.com. If you look up Random Movie Roulette, you're going to find us there. You can check out Arm Roulette should also bring it up. It was episode right before episode 97.
Yeah. I also have made my return
to
Before the Cyborgs after a long hiatus, but I finally worked up the willpower, and I wrote a review of Borat's subsequent movie film.
You did.
It'll be up there at some point at this week. Nate has it. I hope that we're trying to get back into the swing of things. Almost everybody just took like a huge break during the pandemic because we all just lost motivation to do anything. But I'm gonna try to slowly work my way back and working on the Arm Roulette site, doing the editing and stuff for there, kind of like, you know, help reinvigorate me a little bit. So I have that to thank. But also, another thing that we did on the site, all four of us, Cody included.
Yes. Oh, wait, really quick, before we get that, I want to make an announcement about Random Movie Roulette 100, which is coming up on November 12th. Guys, is going to be our 100th episode, which we are very excited because, like how did that happen ever? And we're even more excited because we're going to be joined by two awesome podcasters, some of our favorites, I think. Test Pattern is going to be joining us for our 100th episode. Jacob and Tab are going to be live on the show with us. I'm talking to graphics design people, so that works for the thing. It's going to be great. It's going to be a show. It's going to be wonderful. We can't wait to have them. It's got a fun movie picked out.
Yeah, we can't reveal what the movie is yet, right?
Yes. And Tab's in the chat. Hey, Tab. Yes, we are stoked, man. It's going to be so much fucking fun. So keep an eye out for it. There's going to be giveaways. There might be some... Can't give away too much. All right.
Yeah.
Guys.
And we can't give away what the movie is either, right?
No. Let's talk about what our recommendations for October are.
Yeah, so every month Cody has decided that, like, for the site, all four of us, like, give, like, you know, a recommendation of a thing, a movie, a book, a TV show, or something that we've been playing or reading or watching, and just, like, you know, write a little thing on it and recommend it. And we figured, let's just go over it on the show now.
Yeah, it makes for a fun little segment, and we like to talk about things that we like. We don't always get to move too far out of the list movies, which can be a little dreadful. So it's always fun to talk about stuff that we genuinely are really digging. So, Jack, what did you have?
Yeah, I'll go quick first. Mine's just a little movie called Road Games, which I discovered recently, probably a little too recently if there's a much bigger following for it than I knew about, but it's directed by Richard Franklin, who directed such films as Patrick and Psycho 2. It has Jamie Lee Curtis, it has Stacy Keach, it has Australia and trucks, and it's basically
all of Australia.
All of Australia. I mean, it's a road movie.
Fair
it
enough.
is all of Australia.
It has road in the title.
Yeah, and a dingo in the cab of the truck.
So what's the
Oh,
movie
it's an
about?
Australian-ass
So the
movie,
movie
yeah.
is essentially Rear Window in a truck. It is Stacy Keach is a trucker who stops overnight one night at a hotel. He sees a man go into a room with a hot hitchhiker he'd noticed earlier in the day. The man comes out. The woman does not. He notices the guy was up at 5 a.m, checking out to make sure the trash was taken away, wondering why he's been doing that. He learns there's a serial killer on the loose, and throughout his drive of this meat shipment to Perth, he picks up Jamie Lee Curtis along with a bunch of other hitchhikers, and frequently runs into the van that this man is driving, and there may or may not be a few murders most foul.
Yeah, we got some love for that in the chat here. Actually, Tab says that movie's supposed to be awesome. It's the same guy that directed Patrick.
Yes.
Which is a movie I feel like I just learned about not too long ago.
It's a big exploitation movie.
That is a lane I have not dove down very much at all.
It's one that I am like, I either really like the movies or it's really ends up not being my thing.
Maybe that's your next gory picture show
yeah, exactly.
movie when you come back on. Hopefully at some point. Guys, it's going to be a while before another gory picture show episode comes out. Not to hijack this.
Oh, man.
But it's going to be about a month. It's a busy month for us. But it's coming. Don't worry.
Well,
this November is going to be wild.
But we got Jordan on it, which is great. Jordan, I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be a fucking blast.
Yeah.
All right. So, Michael.
So mine was a book. Yes, I read. I read books sometimes.
Boo, nerd.
Yeah, and this was because I just finished reading. I started it very early on in the pandemic, and then I kind of forgot about it a little bit, and then I realized, I need to pick it up a little bit. So I finished reading it. I finished reading it the day that Cody asked us for our suggestions. So I was like, all right, here's a thing that I've been doing this month that I think. And the book is called My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Moshfegh, I believe. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation.
What did you just call me?
Whoa, okay. I'm sorry about that. I did. Yeah,
we can't get through anything.
We could yeah.
Test pattern. It's not too late to back up.
Exactly.
Yeah. How would you pronounce that?
Otessa Moshfegh. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think that's it.
Hey,
I could look up how to pronounce it phonetically. But yeah. So anyway, this book is about a woman who is extremely depressed with her day-to-day life and decides that what she needs to do is she quits her job, basically collects unemployment, and spends the entire year taking prescription drugs to keep herself constantly sedated, and then like it's the book is just about like her like you know her like stumbling through like in her like you know barely conscious like stream of thought, and then like
so is it all like stream of consciousness like writing?
Not really.
Like,
it's kind of like narrative. Like it is a first person perspective book, but there is a lot of stuff where like you know it's just kind of like rapid fire of like things, and it's pretty interesting read, especially because like reading it during the pandemic where it's like I'm on unemployment and staying at home locked in my place.
I was like, where does this all sound so familiar?
I mean, it's.
Did you try to read this? I
fucking rented this book like right before quarantine, like right before I've had this whole time to read it, and I couldn't bring myself to do it because I was like, I'm gonna get so sad reading this book.
Over the quarantine, I read this, and I'm thinking of ending things, and I'm still here.
And now you're thinking of ending things. Huh? It is,
this book is definitely like, the subject matter specifically is something that like it will very much hit a certain chord with someone right now. If like, you know, if you're not in a completely healthy mindset about like, you know, your own existence. But I think that, the book is about
what
like
fun stuff we were throwing at our listeners.
Like the ultimate point where she gets with the end of the book. I mean, the book is kind of about like how like her ideal like break from reality is like one, it's not all it's cracked up to be, and also it just kind of constantly gets interrupted. Like she has an annoying best friend that keeps coming over, and then like her on again off again boyfriend and stuff like that. And then it's like and then by the time that she actually like completes it, it's like it does kind of feel like you get to some place of like, oh, that hard reset that I needed was like gives me a new outlook on life or something like that. Which I feel hopefully once we get out of all of this, we'll be able to like, you know, come away.
We'll
from
be like, wow,
week.
I feel great. Like, let's go take on the world. Yeah, I mean that's a really nice.
Yeah,
thought,
and I alluded to this.
I
alluded to this in the article post, but I wouldn't. I don't know if I'm gonna reveal it. The last page of the book is honestly, seriously, like one of the worst last pages of a good book I've ever read.
Don't
I won't tell you what it is, but
let's not get into it.
Yeah, but when I saw it, I was like, wow, they really went there. Okay, but
I
anyway,
took my first step out the door and was hit by a bus,
and then I woke up. All right, so I will keep mine. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have more to?
Oh, I was gonna say. Apparently, this is set to be adapted into a movie by Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah.
No production progress has been made on this yet whatsoever at all, though.
No.
I feel like this is a very typical thing to ask, but like, did they cast Julia Roberts in that?
What in the?
Maybe I'm just thinking. Eat, Pray, Love. So therefore, my year of rest and relaxation.
I
just feel like I'd heard Julia Roberts was attached to something. Like
we'll get like Florence
Pugh.
Pugh.
No, the protagonist in the book is like post-college age, so
we'll get Florence Pugh.
To which Julia Roberts would say, "And what am I?"
Yeah. I think
she's definitely post-college age.
I think while I was reading the book, just because
there's nothing wrong with that.
Just because I have Yorgos Lanthimos in mind with this book, I was imagining Emma Stone in the lead character.
Oh, that'd be nice. God, I fucking love The Favorite. I have it. I have to watch it again.
That's right. I forgot he did a movie I liked.
Yeah.
Oh, you did like that movie.
I did like The Favorite.
Hey.
Good for Olivia Colman for winning when she
Good
deserved
for Yorgos Lanthimos for
yeah.
making
Well, my friend asked me in my group chat today, he's like, what are some of your favorite Oscar speeches of all time? He was posting stuff, and I was looking at the Olivia Colman speech when she won for The Favorite. She's like so flustered and like
it feels so bad that she stole this rightly from Glenn Close.
And she felt bad because she's like, oh fuck, now Glenn Close is gonna have to star in some shitty fucking Oscar bait hillbilly movie to get her Oscar
couldn't
win.
give her an Oscar for one of the good movies she made.
That
is The Wife a good movie?
No, that's not a good one. But like, Dangerous Liaisons, she was good in.
God, Hillbilly Elegy looks like dog.
Cruella
I feel like we
de
talked
Vil.
about this on the last episode. Hillbilly Elegy looks like dog shit.
Is
like,
Yorgos
so
Lanthimos
bad.
doing Hillbilly Elegy?
No, it's Ron Howard.
Ron Howard.
Is Glenn
And
Close in it?
Glenn Close is in it. And,
Okay.
In like older lady makeup.
and so is Amy
Does
Adams.
she need older lady makeup?
Yeah, no, it's like Dude, watch the trailer for Hillbilly Elegy. It is one of the most laughable. It's like if SNL made an Oscar bait trailer movie.
What is Hillbilly Elegy about? We've talked about this for a few weeks, and I've been scared to ask.
I think
Can you
Amy
give a
Adams is
brief-
white
brother-
trash. And
Yeah, my
that's
brother
the-
had to read this book for a college course, and he read like the first and last chapter of it. But
Isn't that like what that movie with Frances McDormand that everyone's like always?
no, I don't.
great
Nomadland is actually like no, it's like a movie I've heard that's really good. No, this is
Jordan said it's about white people being inconvenienced.
no, this is
Which sounds about right.
yeah. But you should watch the trailer just so, and then you'll see, and you're like, oh boy. But anyway,
Amy
let's move
Adams
on from
and
this.
Glenn Close are both going to walk away from that like
Yes.
Yes.
no Oscar.
Yeah, no, that's what this movie feels like. It feels like an attempt to get people Oscars who don't have them.
Yeah.
Hey, so I don't know if you guys just woke up from a coma or something, but we have an election coming up.
Oh no.
In like 2 days.
Why do you have to bring this up now?
Because of my pick.
Oh,
is,
thank God. I
Holy
was afraid it was irrelevant, and we were just going to talk.
Did you
about
think
the
I was just going to
election.
be like, and anyway, guys, that's why you
And
got to
we
go out there
officially
and
endorse Joe Biden.
turn
so
Texas
therefore-
blue. I just rip open the thing, my shirt, and it's just the Shut Up Man shirt.
Yeah.
Or the Pence fly
It's
shirt.
the outline of Texas, but like Tobias
Yeah.
Funke and his blue man.
Which,
group
by the way,
makeup.
I don't mind saying I am voting for Biden. I'm not stoked about
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I
but
think
yeah,
we all-
I'm voting for
yeah.
Biden. That's like the sensible thing to do. It's not fun. No one's. People who are excited are lying, like, for effect, which is fine. But like, we're doing what we have to do. We have to take our medicine.
But anyway,
I'm excited for Trump to lose.
Anyway,
What
the
did you
reason I
read?
bring this up is because I did not read anything. Holy
Watch.
Calamavote was a really cool special that Adult Swim put on in cooperation with Ben and Jerry's, I believe, and Run the Jewels and Eric Andre. Run the Jewels performed all of their brand new album live. RTJ4 is what it's called, by the way. And it was fucking incredible. And I thought they were like gonna do it like as an actual like live event that was broadcast 1-to-1, but it is pre-recorded, but it is a full live performance of that album. And it's really wonderful, and it's broken up by these like telethon segments that are hosted by Eric Andre, and he's losing his shit. And then we go back and we hear amazing music. If you're not listening to Run the Jewels, you're wrong. They're making some of the best music right now, and it's not even close. Like they are so fucking talented, and just the fact that it translates so well to a live performance is pretty amazing. And honestly, it's masterful. If you can only watch one song, check out Walking in the Snow. It is very moving. And really impressive on a production level.
You dictate as you smoke your jewel.
Yes. It's not my jewel. It's a fucking vape pen. I'm disgusting. That's not the point. I just like getting high and watching zombie movies and porno.
Bringing it all back.
Your first children's names will be zombie movie and porno.
Yes, that's the plan.
I'm gonna make that my Tinder profile.
Zombie Otero and porno Otero. Oh man, now I actually want to do it. This guy's ruining my life. All right.
Which is the boy and which is the girl?
Hopefully,
I guess. No,
To be
you know
fair,
what?
Careful
they can
about what
also
you're
be
saying.
Yep, no, we're not
non-binary,
going
yeah.
into this. We're not getting into this. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for Random Movie Roulette. We're going to cut the episode a little bit short today. I think we got plenty of mileage, though. I think we had a great time. And patrons, don't forget, about 20 minutes from the time that this ends, we will be going live on our Patreon with an episode of TV Boys. We're going to be talking about the Season 3 episode of That 70s Show. It's episode 4, Too Old to Trick or Treat, Too Young and to Die. We'll be chatting about that. For about the length of one actual television episode, because that is our rule. We will never discuss a movie. We'll never discuss a piece of content for longer than the actual piece of content, and it's a rule we've broken many times. We'll probably will do again, but we're gonna try.
There are people in podcasts that are qualified to do that,
Yeah,
like Tabs, but we
not
are
us.
not.
Yeah, we cannot do that. So, guys, keep an eye on our Twitter. It's at RM Roulette. What do we have for next week?
So next week, our movies we're moving out of Halloween horror time, but we still got some
some
spooky
some
options here.
weirdums.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on brand because that's like what we do.
Yeah.
But so our selections, number 1 is #Alive, which is a zombie
popular
movie
Korean
on
movie
Netflix right now. I watched it because a girl on Tinder that I matched with told me to, and
Wow.
I'm a fucking simp, so of course I did it.
And you guys are getting married now, right?
Number 2, Color Out of Space.
I hope so. Nick Cage, Lovecraftian horror. I'm all about it.
Yeah,
Have you seen it yet?
I haven't. I've been wanting to.
Okay, I saw it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Do you like it?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, let's,
discuss.
yeah.
Oh,
All right.
fuck. All right.
All right. Number 3 is Lewis has been threatening us with this one for a long time. A ghost story. I'm looking forward to trying to give it another chance. I gave it a second chance. Still didn't like it. And he's gonna have to learn that song on ukulele if we do this. All right. Number 4 is Jack's pick. Out of Halloween into Christmas with Batman Returns.
But also still kind of into Halloween, so really isn't it the
There's
perfect
people dressing up
Thanksgiving movie?
in costumes.
Yeah.
Number 5
Danny DeVito's
is
scary.
Cloverfield, the original Cloverfield.
Yeah, and I haven't watched this movie like since 2008.
I remember hating this movie when I
Really?
first saw
Matt
it.
Reeves
but
directed it, which I was surprised to learn the other day when I considered
not know
watching
that.
it
Yeah.
and decided not to.
yeah, because I remember I hated the first Cloverfield movie when I saw it in theaters, and I was like when the 10 Cloverfield Lane came out, I was like, I don't want to see another Cloverfield movie, and
then
I saw it,
10
and the movie
Cloverfield
was
Lane was like
fantastic
good.
movie.
And then the
I,
Cloverfield paradox was
yeah,
horrible.
and then I was like, oh, maybe this series has turned around, and then I watched the Cloverfield paradox. And
But we did get Overlord, which had nothing to do with
Overlord was
Cloverfield.
great.
Yeah.
Which, thank God, was not tainted by Cloverfield stuff. Because
Alright.
I thought it would become Cloverlord.
Cloverfield Paradox was a Duty Kaka movie.
It was.
And then number 6 is a Noah Baumbach's The Squid and the Whale. Of course,
This is going to be a rough one.
get Mike's sad shit in the way. But I feel like
Could
Lewis
go a
would
lot of different ways. Oh, yeah, I'm sure I would love it.
I feel like I always get Squid and the Whale and Submarine confused.
I took my squid in your whale.
Right.
My penis is a squid in this scenario.
And my asshole is
I mean, who
whale.
knows?
whale.
Maybe in the movie, the squid and the
great.
whale are a metaphor for something.
I
but
mean-
we'll see. Anyway,
I do have a
so,
blowhole.
So, number 1, #Alive. Number 2, Color Out of Space. Number 3, A Ghost Story. Number 4, Batman Returns. Number 5, stop singing.
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. Number 6 is Squid and the Whale, and the winner is. Oh, keep singing because it's 3. It's A Ghost Story. God, you willed it into existence. That'll be episode 99. The prelude to our 100th episode is Jack killing himself before we get to the 100th episode.
I'm eating a whole pot. We're gonna
eat
where
the
I can
whole
buy a
pie during the show.
I'm eating it all next.
We're not going to talk. We are just going to shove a pie, like a whole chicken pot
In fact,
pie.
I think we need to do a group watch and just get a pie and.
I'm going to pull that whole clip. We're going to play the whole clip on the show in its entirety. We're just all going to
If
sit
you
and
do
watch
that,
it.
I think we'll end up. Come on, don't do this before the 100th episode. We need to keep going. We gotta keep
Should we
going.
really risk it and all dress as Casey Affleck when we do the review? Should we all wear white sheets with the?
Let's not wear white
we're
sheets.
not
How about
wearing
we don't
white
do
sheets
that?
this year, or ever again. I think that costume's done. Guys, plug it up. What are we plugging?
At JSP Jack on Twitter, Jack Patterson on Letterboxd, Jack on 35mm on Instagram.
I'm Cyborg Mike on Twitter and Instagram. On Letterboxd, Mike Pisacano. Like I said, I write on beforethecyborgs.com. I just wrote a review for Borat 2, so go take a look at that. It's a great movie. It was pretty
Still
good.
funny. This shit's still funny.
Yeah.
Guys, just follow us on our shit. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at RM Roulette. You can follow me on Twitter at Louis J. Otero. You can follow me on Instagram at RM Roulette Lewis. We got exciting stuff. Be sure to follow us on Twitch. I guess you can subscribe to us or follow us. The free one. Do the free one. That's fine. And we can watch these shows live. We get to interact with you in the chat. We've been really enjoying doing these as videos. And speaking of videos, if you don't get to watch it live, but you still want to watch the video version, you don't have to rely on that podcast feed. You can head over to YouTube. Just look up Random Movie Roulette. You'll find us. You'll find our episodes. You can subscribe to us over there. And that's where we'll be making sure there's an actual catalog of those videos.
We also do Twitch streams. We play Rocket League
Yeah,
and
man.
Fortnite now. We're addicted to Fortnite because we're a bunch of fucking Zoomer trash.
We love
That's
Fortnite.
these two. I just want to be clear.
Yes. You're still very cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You fucking hipster. So yeah, and also we have a Patreon, patreon.com/armroulette. We have the best patrons in the world, and subscribing to it, you can for the $5 tier, you can get access to our patron exclusive show, TV Boys, where we talk usually fucking stupid sitcoms, but we'll probably expand to other things soon.
Yeah.
And again, patrons, 20 minutes. Meet us over on Patreon for our episode on That 70s Show. Thank you guys so much again for listening. Non-patrons, we will see you next week. And fucking get hyped for RMR 100, guys. It's going to be real good.